Hey, today I'm smoking the Ave Maria, and this is made in Esteli, Nicaragua, same place where Statesman cigars are made, and the filler and the binder for this is going to be Nicaraguan, and the wrapper, this is really cool, it's Ecuadorian Habano, so we're going to get some spice with that. I'm going to cut it with the Statesman cutter. Get a perfect cut every time. And today, I wanted to talk about my cigar journey. My name's Tommy Allen. I'm one of the founders of Statesman Cigar Co. And I think it's really important to be able to know someone's journey. Because when we understand someone's journey, we understand them. And I think nowadays there's a real propensity to skip the context part, because context takes work. It's also sometimes not that enjoyable to see someone's context. But I'm going to give you mine today. So you can see a little bit more about me and how Statesman came to be. Oh, there's my other match. And what we've got right here, in case you can't see it very well, is the Statesman Cigar Co. Executive Humidor. And that holds 20 cigars. Alright, this one's toasted. At first puff, the creaminess is super apparent right off the rip. I'm expecting some spice, like I talked about with the, Habano wrapper. That creaminess definitely came through right away. So, a little bit about my journey. I started smoking cigars relatively recently, probably in the last 5 years. I think 2018 was the first time that I had a good old cigar, and I was introduced to it just kind of tangentially, just being around people who smoked cigars and who were like, hey, do you want to try? And of course, I had, prior to cigars, I had my avenue into this kind of thing in terms of alcohol and cigars and that kind of lifestyle was through whiskey. I fell in love with whiskey, and to date I've had almost 200 different whiskeys and have really, like, I would by no means call myself an expert, but have spent enough time in it to develop a passion for it. And very naturally then, when cigars came along, it was a very natural thing to go, hey, this is something else I can explore. I love exploring things. I love learning. I've always loved learning. And so taking that same approach that I had done with whiskey, I applied it to cigars. And at first it was just very much like, so creamy. It was very much, this is just cool because they're smoking a cigar and like I'm masculine or whatever, kind of just like, or the nostalgia of sitting there and having a cigar and having a good conversation. And from there it grew, and the real anchor of it, the anchor of that growth was community. From 2018 to 2020, I had cigars relatively consistently, but when 2020 hit, and as we all know, 2020 is the year of COVID, it actually went way deep, because during COVID, lockdowns obviously happened, and being here in LA, lockdowns were especially tight. And so what myself and a large group of our friends did consistently, because you kind of had your pods, people you knew were safe and stuff, we'd smoke cigars, have a glass of whiskey, have great conversation, and sometimes 2, 3, 4 hours, 5 hours worth of hanging out and learning about each other and discussing a variety of topics like music and culture and politics, religion, and the anchor within all that was the cigar. And out of that time, out of that 18 months of craziness, Baruch, who is one of the other founders of Statesman Cigar Co, approached myself and Joel, who is our third partner in Statesman Cigar Co, and asked us, hey, I have this idea for a cigar business, and do you want to be involved? And to say it was unexpected was probably, it is an understatement, because I don't think I ever would have thought that I would create a cigar business. I think I assumed I would always have cigars as an activity in my life and something that would be a passion of mine, but turning it into a business I never thought would happen. But it has. We have now established Statesman Cigar Co as a business, but the foundation has never changed. The spice is starting to come through for sure. There's also the faintest hint of coffee. That coffee. But the anchor has been throughout it all: community, relationship, human interaction. And I think that is probably why my attachment to cigars is so powerful, is because it started with community. And our whole thing with Statesman is that of wanting to bring the experience that we had. Our line is having memorable smoking experiences with sophisticated elegance in great community. We want to be able to translate the experience that we had in different ways. All of us would say we had a different perspective on that time, that really formative time during COVID of kind of just surviving. But we would all say the anchor was the cigars and community, cigars and community. And that's what we want to be able to translate. Our passion is much more than a product. We have great products. We actually have genuinely great cigars that are hand rolled from Esteli. They're double figurado. They're super unique. And we have our own humidors and the Statesman cutter and our own matches and all this type of stuff. But all of that is vehicles to connection. And my journey with cigars started with connection. At first with people who just invited me in, and then it became much more serious. And now it's my responsibility to pass that along and invite people in. And so this is an invitation to come on in, to enjoy the result of cigars, which is community, memories, sophisticated elegance, a whole lifestyle. It is much more than elderly men sitting in a smoke-filled room. That is a great scenario, for sure, but it is very human. It is human to smoke cigars, and the result of smoking cigars is human connection. And so as I continue to smoke this cigar. I hope that you feel that invitation. And this is a content that we're gonna start adding in more consistently, more long form, more conversational. We love all the stuff that we do, the entertainment and the cigar reviews and the mindset, the education, all that is amazing, but we also want to translate perhaps the most important part, which is the humanity. And so you're going to see me on these, you're going to see other founders, you're going to see hopefully multiple founders at once. We might even bring in some guests. It'll be almost be like a mini podcast. But from us here at Statesman to you, the invitation is there, that you pick up a cigar and a Statesman cigar brings you into a greater lifestyle of memorable smoking experiences, sophisticated elegance, and great community. So here's to the Statesman lifestyle.